Good morning, class. Okay, you can take your seat. But before I start, let me first check your attendance, please. Say present as I call your name. Very good, perfect attendance for today. So, good morning again, class. How was your day? Wow, good to hear. So, let's have a recap. What was our lesson last meeting? Anyone? Okay, James. Oh, very good. Our topic is all about kennings and epic forms. So, is there anything else that you can add? Okay, none. So, let's proceed na to our next lesson. So, these are now the objectives. At the end of the lesson, students should be able to understand the concept of formalist approach and its meaning, analyze the sonnet poem on his blindness by John Milton, and C. Identify the elements of the epic poem fable, also to identify the literary devices used on this literary work, and D. Critique the sonnet poem on his blindness by John Milton using the formalist approach. So class, I will show you a picture. Did you see the picture? Have you already seen this movie or are you familiar with this movie? Wow, most of you are already familiar now with this movie. So, I think you already know who the characters are here. So, if you already watched this movie, who are the main characters here? Okay, very good. So, who is your favorite character and why? Beowulf, yes, because he is brave and strong. So what else? Okay, very wise and a righteous king. So very good. Later on, we will having a discussion about the summary of this epic poem so that you can better understand this epic poem. Your activity 1. I have here 10 jumble words and try to guess these words. And later on, we will check your paper. You can write it in your notebooks. So, are you finished? Okay, these are the answers. Check your own paper. You can check your own paper. Okay, who got 10? Very good. 9. Very good. 8. 7. Okay, the lowest score is 7. So since 7 is the lowest score, I think you won't have any difficulty in our discussion for today. Are you done watching? So try to read first this copy of that poem. So are you done? So now let's try to answer the following questions. So after reading the sonnet, what are the different literary devices that used in the sonnet? Okay, very good. First, it uses personification and alliteration. Number 2, how my light is spent. So about which light is Milton talking? A. Road light, B. His eyesight, C. House light. Okay, very good. The correct answer is road light. Number 3, talent, which is that white. So talent means poetic career, blindness, praise of others. So the correct answer is poetic career. Number 4, my maker. Who's the maker to Milton? A. His father, B. God, C. His mother. The correct answer is God. Number 5, the figure of speech here is personification. And number 6, the answer is letter V. Number 7, thousands at his bidding speed. The correct answer is letter V, hyperbole. So let's move on to my main topic, which is is the formalism approach. So what is formalism? It regards literature as a unique form of human knowledge that needs to be examined on its own terms. So all the elements necessary for understanding the work are contained within the word itself. Of particular interest to the formalist critic are the elements of forms include style, structure, tone, imagery, and among others that are found within the text. So the primary goal for formalist critique is to determine how such elements work together with the text content to shape its effect upon readers. In other words, the form of work literature is inherently part of its content. So the basic things to look into are the elements of the story such as the characters, setting, tone, point of view, diction, and all other elements of the story of the text. So in formalism, form is the key, not the content, as it does not consider other things such as the purpose of the analysis, content, or even cultural notions. So in formalism, it helps us to have a better understanding of the writer's techniques in writing such as mga literary devices, figure of speech, and etc. And it works best when we apply it to poetry and short story fiction because it emphasizes the value of the text instead of its context. So I think, do you know already the epic poem Beowulf? So Beowulf is a heroic poem considered the highest achievement of Old English literature and the earliest European vernacular epic. It deals with events of the early 16th century CE and is believed to have been composed between 700 and 750. So here in Beowulf, we can find a different literary devices. There are many alliteration that can be found in this epic poem. It helps emphasize what is being described throughout the different scenes. Alliteration helps recall the story in a simple way that is also avoidable to repeat again. The effect of utilizing alliteration keeps the reader captive of the language and helps be involved in the scene as if the readers were the characters. So these are the example of alliteration that can be found in this epic poem. So the author indicates example is marshes and made his home in hell. So in order to give a clear description of what Grendel's house consists of, it focuses on a particular idea, as in this example, it focuses on what type of home Grendel is living in. This enhances the different experience of the characters. So, alliteration describes Grendel's home as a hellish place, and it gives a sense of a horrible and frightening idea of this place. So by emphasizing the letter M in the alliteration, reading gains a sense of fear throughout the passages. So the author is also utilized caesura that creates a pause for a moment in order to emphasize something. For example, the storyteller declares, "Then when darkness had dropped," so which stops in the middle of the lines. So by doing this, caesura creates an effect of stressing the setting by emphasizing that it is becoming darker and night is coming soon. So this conveys the idea that Grendel is on the point of arriving. So this portrays an image of the setting that sets, and it gives the sense that something corrupt is about to occur. So the author is also utilizes kennings to portray an effect describing an object, item, or activity. So they are special metaphors that enhance the meaning of a certain text. So these compound words create a more enjoyable story that describes something in a different perspective. So for example, shadow of death, it refers to being evil. This refers that Grendel and how he is seen through his actions. So kenning are used in a complex language that describes something that is much more simple. So class, I have here the video summary of Beowulf, and you have to watch this in order for you to understand what is the story behind this epic poem. Class, after watching the video, you have to answer these questions. So why does Grendel terrorize Hrothgar's men at Herod? Anyone? Yes? Okay, very good. Because he was jealous and he was cursed, but they were blessed. Okay, very good. Next question. Which of the following is an example of alliteration? A. Ava-ati apples, B. Jumbo shrimp, C. One slurry, D. Tight Trevor tightly. Okay, very good. Tight Trevor tightly. That's correct. Number 3. What promise does Beowulf make to Hrothgar and the Danes? A. He will be victorious at all cost. B. He will kill Grendel or die trying. C. There will be no survivors after the fight. And D. Grendel will never hunt Herod again. So what do you think is the answer? Okay, very good. Letter V. He will kill Grendel or die trying. Number 4. The correct answer is letter C. So who got the perfect score? Okay, very good. So I think we can now move on to the next activity. Our next activity is recitation. So I will ask a question based on the topic or the epic poem you watch. Then you can simply raise your hand if you know the answers. Okay? So let's begin with number 1. The question number 1. Okay, number 1. What is the climax in Beowulf? Okay, very good. Beowulf fights the dragon and is injured. So next, who wants to answer? Number 2. What is the setting of Beowulf? Yes? Yeah, that's correct. It takes place in the Danes nation of Denmark. Number 3. Who are the main characters of Beowulf? Okay, the main characters are Beowulf, Hrothgar, Grendel. So, number 4. Wants to answer number 4. What is the point of view of this epic poem? Okay, thank you. Very good. Beowulf is told from a third person, omniscient point of view. So, number 5. What do you think is the theme of this epic poem? Okay, it can be good versus evil. So, number 6. What literary devices are used in this epic poem? Yeah, maraming mga ginamit dito. Isa na yung kenning, personification, alliteration, irony, metaphor, simile, and foreshadowing. At marami pang iba. So, thank you po sa mga nag-recite. Now, we can now move on to our next activity. So our activity is identifying the kennings. You can answer this in 10 minutes, then write this on your notebook. The essay is 5 points each. We will check your paper after 5 minutes, then share your essay answer with the class. Okay? Okay, let's start answering the question. Are you done, class? Okay, so these are now the answers. Exchange paper with your seatmate. Who wants to volunteer to share their essay answer in number 1 and 2? Okay, very good. Thank you for sharing your answers. So now, you can record your scores on your index card. Since all of you have already mastered the lesson, I will give you your evaluation. Critique the sonnet poem On His Blindness by John Milton using the Formalist Approach. Use the table below. Write your answers on a 1 whole sheet of paper. You can answer this in 10 minutes. So are you done? Okay, so class president, please collect all the papers. Okay, thank you for listening, class. I hope you have learned something from me. So for your assignment, create your own sonnet. Highlight some literary devices you will use. Okay, goodbye class. Have a great day.